Yo, what's up everybody? Today I thought I'd talk about a few fragrances I've been wearing this last week or so. It's been spring right now, so most of them are freshies, but there was a few days where it was a little chillier, so I wore something that's not as citrusy or aquatic, right? So let's just start off with the first fragrance here. I have mine, Amber Oud. It's called Aqua Dubai. See it right there? Love these bottles. Has the nice blue flare to it. The metal right here. Awesome. The sprayers on this is also really nice. It's almost like you could control it. Watch. So you could just keep going. So that's real nice. Now the opening on this sucks. I really don't like the opening on it. First 20 seconds or so, it's not that great. Let it dry down, give it a minute or two. Start settling in. And I've come around to enjoy it. It's a decent fragrance. It's still not, I've been hearing this getting like really hyped up and stuff, right? Like, oh, it's the greatest thing ever and it's beast mode. I didn't like it when I first bought it. The first impression, I was very disappointed. But that's also because the expectations, people on YouTube and TikTok and stuff like that, they set real high expectations. So it didn't meet those expectations. It wasn't what I was expecting. Is it beast mode? No. Is it the greatest freshie ever? No. It's kind of like middle of the road. But that's not a bad thing. Like, you get some pineapple here, get some orange, some mandarin orange, and I believe you get some bergamot. So the bergamot is kind of the predominant player, but they blend in real well where none of them really stand out much, right? So you just get a lot of citruses and it's real fresh. But in that opening, like the first minute or so, it smells almost more lemony, like a lemon pledge. It doesn't smell that great, but then give it a few minutes, settles down, and you just get these nice citrusy, fresh notes. I really enjoy them. Very nicely, like I said, it's kind of refreshing. The projection, I go about, 15 sprays. And I get decent projection, let's say about a 7. And then it lasts. You get that projection lasts like a good 4 hours. So for like 4 hours, you get decent projection. It's pushing. Now the next 2 hours, once it starts drying down more, it starts settling in. And then the smell isn't so great because the deep dry down, once it becomes towards the end of the fragrance, I mentioned this in my first impressions video of it. The dry down, you get this smell that in that video I said remind me of a plastic bag, like the plastic bags you get at grocery stores, or like the plastic garbage bags. And that smelled very cheap to me because that's what it reminded me of like a cheap trash bag. And I smelled that right away when I sprayed it. Like in the first 5 minutes, I could get that smell. And now once you wear it and stuff, you don't really get that smell unless you're really looking for it in the first few hours. But once you're after like 4 hours and the notes start dying down, that note becomes more prominent again. So I was like, there's that smell again. Like I get that smell that I don't enjoy. So I was watching a few videos. I was like, what is it? And I remember I had the red bottle of these, which was an impression of Baccarat Rouge 540. So that one had that same note. I was like, I got that same smell from it. And I was watching some reviews from this. Nobody really mentioned it. But in the BR 540, some people were mentioning they get this latex or plastic rubber gloves type of smell. And I was like, bingo. I go, that's what I'm getting. It's those latex gloves type of smell. They're almost like the same material as the trash bags. I go, yeah, that's the smell. You get it on here as well. Not a big fan of that smell. Doesn't completely ruin the fragrance because, like I said, for the whole mid and the opening, you don't really get that smell much. Like you won't pick up on it. It's very much in the background unless you're like really sniffing up close, because that note doesn't project. But once all the other notes die down, then it's more noticeable. That's like after 4 hours. So it's to me, even though I don't like that note, still a very wearable fragrance, and I do enjoy it for the most part. Again, I think this is like a 7 for me. It's still kind of middle of the road, but most fragrances are middle of the road. They're just nice to wear. Very few stand out as like, man, this is like great, this is good. And very few stand out as like, oh, this is bad. I don't enjoy this, right? And those are usually the more memorable ones, right? the ones you really love or the ones you really hate. So the ones that are in the middle of the road, they kind of get lost in the pack. But that doesn't mean they're bad fragrances. The next one is this one, Tobacco Reserve by Aramis. Man, this one totally hit it out of the ballpark for me. Now, usually when a fragrance does that, a lot of times they're swinging for the fences, right? Like when it's something niche, they're totally gonna strike out, or they're gonna just hit a home run because they're gonna kind of try something different and just go all out, take some risk, if you will. This one doesn't really do that. It plays it pretty safe. You get a sweet tobacco leaf here, so it does smell sweet, but not syrupy, sickly sweet. It's just kind of sweet, and it's like almost more fresh and clean than it is sweet. Think your baby wipes. I call them hand wipes, but baby wipes are kind of the same thing that you use to clean yourself. They smell fresh and clean. So this gives off almost that kind of texture, fresh, clean, almost hand wipes. Now, if that smelled like a sweet tobacco leaf, okay, that texture, but with sweet tobacco leaf. So it's real nice, and it's a total compliment getter. I wouldn't always put under like mass appealing, but this specific one, I would say it's mass appealing, but at the same time, kind of different. It's not something you're gonna smell all the time, but it is something that the majority of people will like. I've gotten compliments with this, and it's look at how much juice it has left. I've used it, I don't know, 10 times, and I've gotten compliments probably like 3 times. So the odds on that, you can see, are like pretty good, especially in those first 2 hours when it's really projecting. People can notice it when you first show up to work and stuff. We're like, oh, that smells good, and it's that always feels good to someone likes your taste and fragrances and whatnot. Same with shirts, shoes, whatever. So yeah, this one, I bought this at $35, and I was like, this has no business costing $35. Got discontinued, so now I think it goes in between 80 and 100. If you can get this under 100, I think it's totally worth it. I wish I would have bought a second bottle before the price went up. I have so much of this left. I don't know how long it's gonna take me to finish it. But if I ever do, I would totally buy a second bottle for like $80 or something. Because I do think that fragrance is worth it. And it kind of makes me want to try more of this house, Aramis. I'm not too familiar. Look, I guess that's good. They said if it got bubbles, it's good, right? Whew, luckily I got carpet. Had that been floor, but yeah, I'm not too familiar with the house. I've seen them around on eBay or on Fragrance Buy when I type in the brand, but I haven't bought any more besides this one. And just based on this one, maybe I need to give some more of these a look. The next one is Gucci by Gucci for home. Love these bottles. I wish they still made them like this. The new bottles, they suck. They look, as far as just aesthetic, I like these bottles far better. They're like a grenade. Blah! Right? This is another nice tobacco fragrance. Good sprayer there. Now this tobacco is a little different. It's a lot sweeter. A lot stronger than that Aramis. In the beginning, that projection for like that first hour, it's like an 8. It's, at least off my skin, it projects pretty good for that first hour. Then it settles down a little bit, more like a 6 in projection. So to me, the projection is fine. The longevity, get about 5 hours, maybe 6, somewhere in that range, which I consider to be, your average longevity with fragrances. With like more than half of them is around where they're at. But yeah, this one's good, man. It's a lot different than that other Aramis. This one has a little bit of freshness because it has a bergamot. Although it doesn't smell like bergamot, but you do get that fresh kick with the tobacco. So it doesn't have like that fresh cleanliness like the Aramis, but it has a fresh kick, and then it kind of changes after like an hour because you get patchouli and leather in it. So it becomes almost, this patchouli is, it's not earthy, it's more like, I don't know, it's hard to describe because I wouldn't say it's like clean, but it's a nice patchouli. I like what it's doing here with this tobacco. It almost comes off like if it had some type of spice, like a cardamom with the tobacco. That almost feels more like a spice and a tobacco than it does a green note, right? But yeah, this is nice. I really enjoy it. Unfortunately, this one is also discontinued. So I'm just like, I have terrible taste in fragrances. I bought pure shit that doesn't sell, and it just gets discontinued. So luckily, since I have so many, it takes me a long time to go through bottles. Again, this one is, I've had it like 3 years, and look how full it is still. These tobacco fragrances are real nice in the spring because they're not strong enough to really kick in when it's really cold and windy. These will not get the job done. And I'm not sure if I would wear these when it's like really hot. So I can't, there's not a lot of time in between to wear them, right? Maybe 2 months out of the year where I can really use these. So that's probably another reason why they're so full. I don't get a lot of opportunities to wear them weather-wise. All right, the last one is this one, Floris Cefiro. Ah man, this one's a total banger. I give this one like a 9.25 out of 10. It's really good. Now check out the juice level. I've worn this maybe 4 times. I should wear it more now. But that doesn't drop that much from 4 wears. The thing about this one is whenever, not just this brand, anytime you get citrusy, light, airy fragrances, they disappear, evaporate quicker just with time. I've had this maybe 2 years and look. So these, when you buy them, you want to give them wear because they're gonna just evaporate on their own just from the weather conditions and the air and stuff like that. Now this one is real good. It has orange, has lemon, has mandarin orange. So a lot of citruses basically, right? But it has some nutmeg on here that gives it a different texture. Man, this one is good. It's light, airy, fresh, total compliment getter. And like I said, I've only worn it 4 times, but I have sprayed it like on strips for other people to spray it or on their arms. And everybody seems to enjoy it. And even before that, I was really wowed by this. I was like, if you're looking for a fresh, citrusy scent that's different, at least from my collection, this one stands out as far as citruses because it has so many citruses, but it also has that nutmeg, and that nutmeg doesn't make it sweet. It still keeps it fresh, clean, and airy and translucent, which that's what I want in summertime fragrances. Projection is above average with this. Get about 8, 7.5, somewhere around there. I do spray heavy with this though. I go like about 10 sprays, and you get your 6 hours, 7 hours. This is very elegant, and it's also could be worn casually. I mean, I wear it casually, but I have worn it when I'm dressed up. Now, thing I like to say about this brand is I don't hear enough talk about it because they have a few really good fragrances, especially when it comes to citrusy, fresh fragrances. This is says London right here, Floris London. Now I wanted to say something about when you buy fresh, translucent, light, airy fragrances. To me, they're the most elegant. They feel like the most refined and the most like you feel like you're not wearing something cheap, right? Thing about those fragrances, they don't last a long time. They typically last about 3-4 hours, and some project a little bit, but they don't last very long. This actually lasts about 6 hours, so that's pretty good. A lot of times when you get those citrusy fragrances, they throw in other type of florals or other type of notes in there to make the fragrance push more or last longer. And in doing that, you have like now ruined the composition, and now it just smells like something else, right? Like now it no longer smells the same. So when you want them to smell real pure and authentic, they don't last long, but you could just tell the quality feels better. And this one, it does a good job of still somewhat maintaining that integrity while lasting a good while. So yeah, I definitely recommend this one for sure. This is from the ones I bought. This is my favorite one from this brand. So yeah, guys, if you stuck around to the end, you're the real ones, man. Thanks for checking out the channel. Hopefully you hit that like button. You know, helps show some support to the channel. Helps the video circulate a little bit. Other than that, I'll just check you guys out next time.